Yo, what's going on, DigiDestin? It's your boy TPG back at it again, this time from Nationals. I know a lot of you probably knew this, but going into Nationals, we did not have our invite. It was my final semester of college, so I was grinding. I did not have time to play at a store champ or go to a regionals or that many of them. So yeah, here we are. As you can see, we have the playmat. We did get into Nationals, and this is the deck I took to the main event, going 3-3-1, and I ended up dropping because I was so tired. And then we also won our LCQ, and that's the big thing. And I really do think this deck is one of the best decks in the format if you're going into an event that you know is going to have a lot of the big decks, being Grandis and Black War Gray. Start with our Tamers. We play for Davis. So Davis is the tamer that only tamer you really want to play. He's a memory setter, so you're gonna go to 3, and then you get to reveal top 3 out of blue and green Digimon. This is better in this deck because we do actually play both blue and green Digimons. I was testing him at 3 for a while with a flex spot, but 4 just feels so good because sometimes you don't see it, and usually if you don't see it after like a few searches, you know it's in your security, and you're gonna get that memory when your opponent starts to swing. That's it for our tamers. For our options, we do play a bit more options than most EXAMON decks do. We play 1 HPD. This one's super controversial, but this card wins you games. Like, it's limited for a reason. Oftentimes, you can't like go into your Exa stack very well, or you don't have Exa, so you can like HPD like something and then go into. So what I like to do is I like to HPD for like a 5 or a 4 or something, and like suspend Breakdramon or suspend Slayerdramon to get their effects off, because like you're gonna get them anyways. Or sometimes you just need to get to that 5 and keep turn to DNA, so you can HPD suspend one of your dudes and then like DNA. So like sometimes, okay, this is what I mean. Sometimes you have like this dude out, or excuse me, you have this dude out, and then like you want to go into this dude, but you're gonna pass turn if you do, and you have like a really strong EXAMON play if you don't. So you can HPD this guy into this one and then keep turn DNA and EXAMON and usually like clear board. Like HPD is so strong. Anybody who's saying don't play HPD and EXAMON's like wrong. This card's really good. 1 Ice Wall, because Ice Wall, this card's also limited for a reason. Very, very strong card. It's gonna pass turns a lot of time. It also combos really well with EXAMON because if you can give them 1 pass turn with EXAMON, EXAMON's gonna force them to swing with Slayerdramon instantly your turn again. Super good. 2 blue mem boost. Again, more searching. You want to be, the deck's really piece reliant, so you want to be seeing those pieces as often as possible. The +2 memory is also nice, allowing you to sometimes you can, like I said, if you can make EXAMON and keep turn, you're winning that game most of the time. So yeah, 2 Megadeth for security bombs. Also, this card's just super good into the format. It doesn't really come against Blackboard because they'll just bottom deck their X antibody and live, but against Grandis, like, if they hit this in security, if they get, so EXAMON, Grandis usually can't out EXAMON anyways, but if like they get EXAMON before you get Grandis and they hit this in security, that gives you enough time to get your EXAMON before they get their second Grandis, and that usually wins you the game. Also, Megadeth just helps you in the rogue matchups as well. For the 7s, we do only play 4 7s, the 4 EXAMON. So if you don't know what EXAMON does, he DNA digivolves green and a blue level 6. And then when digivolving, you get to put a green or blue Digimon as the bottom source with Drummon in its name. And then if DNA digivolving, you get to play a Drummon as well. 1 green or blue Drummon with 12k DP or less. And then all turns, when it becomes suspended, you unsuspend it and suspend something. Very, very strong effect. Like Grandis, if they suspend this down, you can like unsuspend it and then suspend their Grandis. It's so good. Yeah, EXAMON, big boss of the deck, very good card. Also, if you block with it, right, it's like it's like 3 blocks in 1 card, right? Because you block with it, because you have inheritables like your blocker. So you block something, unsuspend, suspend something else, and then you can block another attack. Super strong. For the 6s, we play 3 Breakdramon and 4 Slayerdramon. We're on a larger Breakdramon package because Breakdramon I found helps in the reg matchups. This deck is designed to beat Grandis and Black War, and to do that you really only need Slayer. For the rogue matchups though, this deck has a hard time dealing with go wide decks, and Breakdramon just like helps you beat those because when it's suspended, you suspend something. On top of that, if a Drummon or EXAMON, once per turn, if a Drummon or EXAMON deletes a Digimon battle and survives, trash the top card of security. This helps you beat your Setcon matchup, which is really hard as well. because it basically, if this is the only way you're moving their security, they have to like have the Chaos Degs in hand to out this. So yeah, Break Dramon super strong. Also, his inheritable is the same effect as his second effect, and that goes for Break Slayer Dramon as well. So his inheritable also trashes security. Slayer Dramon, all turns when this Digimon becomes suspended, unsuspend this Digimon. Also, I need to clarify, the effect of Break Dramon is also all turns. So both effects are all turns. The second effect of Slayer Dramon is start of your opponent's main phase. Suspend one of your Digimon with Examon or Dramon in its name to force your opponent to attack with one of their Digimon. Now, they do get to choose the Digimon they attack with, but that's fine because you're just going to clear board. And then the inheritable is the same as that second effect. That's it for our 6s. Like I said, the Break Dramon, you could probably cut to 2, but I like 3 because it really helps you beat the rogue matchups. For the 5s, we play 4 Ground Dramon and 4 Slayer Dramon. So, just for ease of sake, all the blue cards in this deck have inheritable, give evade to Dramons or Examons. All the green cards have inheritable, give blocker for the level 4 hires. Wing Dramon also has evade himself, and Ground Dramon also has blocker himself. Now, they also have reduced Digivolve costs on top of Dramons, or Core Dramon. So Wing Dramon and Ground Dramon both Digivolve for 3 on top of a Core Dramon. And they also have the turn, they both also have the effect your turn. Examon can treat this as a level 6 for DNA. And then end of your turn, you may DNA Digivolve this Digimon and one of your other Digimon with Drum on its name for your hand as Digivolution and one of the other Drumon's name Digimon card from your hand for DNA. So, yeah. So you get basically, these two count as your 6s for DNA. Also, I read that weird. It's not from your hand. Like, they both have to be on board, but you can DNA into a card from your hand. So if both of these are on board, you can DNA them into Examon. And then even if your turn passes, you can DNA them into Examon, which is very, very good. And that's basically how you turbo out Examon, right? Because if you had to get 2 6s out, the deck probably wouldn't function that well. We play 4 of the security core Digimon. So security, at the end of the battle, play this Digimon without paying its memory cost, and then on play, draw 2. This helps us get early filter out by drawing 2. Again, you want to have cards in security that are going to search you cards. And then we play 3 of each of the other core Digimons. So this is the same. It Digivolves for 2 on top of a Dracomon, both of them. This one has evade, this one has blocker, and then this one gives evade and this one gives blocker. And they're 5 drops, so sometimes you can hard slam them and give your opponent 2 if you have a Davis out or something. Sometimes if you don't have a rookie, that's not a bad play. And then speaking of the rookies, we have 3 of the worst card in the deck. The Dracomon from the starter deck. I tried to cut this. I tested with Siakomon. I tested with Madoki Beta, but none of them felt good because sometimes, well, not sometimes. Yeah, sometimes you had to Digivolve one of these guys on top of it, and you didn't get that reduced Digivolve cost, and it just sucked. Sometimes this card comes up because like you hard play it, check top 3 out of Dramon to your hand, put the rest on the bottom. Sometimes it comes up if you really need like one piece exactly, but usually this card's just there because of its name. 4 of the new Dracomon from BT11. So when you play another Digimon with Dramon or Blue Flare in its traits, or Blue Flare in its name, or your turn once per turn, you may when you play another Digimon with Dramon in its name or Blue Flare in its traits, draw 1. And then same effect is an inheritable, but instead of drawing 1, you would gain 1 memory. The gain 1 memory is super relevant because you can gain 1 memory by hard slamming the. Basically, it sort of reduces the play cost of these guys, the 5s, by 1, so they're 6s. But then when you DNA, it actually procs the effect again because it's a new Digimon. So when you play a card off Examon, you gain 1 memory back as well. Super good. And then the last card, 4 of the good Dracomon. So this Dracomon, on play, reveal top 4. Add 1 green or blue Digimon with Drummon and 1 card with Examon to the name to the hand. And then all turns, inheritable. When one of your Digimon with Drummon or Examon's name becomes unsuspended, this Digimon gains plus 1,000. And I don't think I went over the eggs, but I do play just 4 Baby Demon because you need Baby Demon to Digivolve for free. I don't play the draw one because this one you just want all the time because it throws off numbers. This gives 1,000 when a Drummon or Examon becomes unsuspended. So basically, at all times, your Examon should be 16k, which is very nice because it helps play around like Wyvern's Breath. And that's it, guys. That's the deck. I took this deck undefeated in the LCQ. I hope you guys like this. I hope you test out Examon yourself. EXAMON is a phenomenal pick for this format, and honestly just a great Digimon going forward. Yo, what is up, guys? If you like this video, please let me know by leaving a comment, liking, and subscribing. And if you want, check out the links in the description below to my other channels, as well as seeing my Twitch where I record all my videos live. That being said, I will see you all next time. Bye.